Good evening, everyone. My name is Razvan MIHAESCU, and as some of you have already heard, I am a 17-year-old investor. So, first of all, I'd like to start by saying thank you for your invitation, and I want you to know that I'm glad to be here in one of the most important moments of your career. But when you hear about a 17-year-old investor, the first question that comes to your mind is, how did this happen? How did a 17-year-old child from Romania become interested in investing his money and analyzing companies? Well, let me tell you my story. It all started in the summer of 2020. The pandemic had just hit in and everyone was locked down in their homes. I was 14 years old at that time, and I suddenly came into a game which simulated trading of different types of securities, such as stocks and commodities. I rapidly became passionate about that game, and I couldn't stop playing it. But I knew it was more. I knew that simulation wasn't just a game. So I started looking for more information about the stock market. Why was it founded? How does it work? And other general things. At some point, I was studying more about investments than I was studying for school, if you believe me. And after a couple of months, I had already gained enough knowledge and confidence to invest my real money, or at least that's what I thought at that moment.
Where did you get the money?
The first money were from received from my parents. Actually, this was one of my biggest problems because investing and analyzing companies was one of my biggest passions from that time, and I really wanted to invest my money and to feel that adrenaline of being there in the market and actually trying to build a portfolio yourself. But my problem was that I was 14 years old, as I've already told you, and I couldn't open an account on my name. So that's how I asked my mother to open an account on her name and let me manage it. I started with $600, and at the very beginning, I have to admit that I made a lot of mistakes. I lost a couple of my savings, but if I am to think now, I realized that it was a good thing to make that mistakes with almost no money, because the losses weren't so significant. But when I had my money in the game, the passion and that will to succeed became even bigger, and I ended up reading and learning about investments everywhere at any time, be it at school or at home. And currently, I am allocating around 1 to 2 hours per day in my school days to this activity, and 3 to 4 hours per day reading when I'm on holidays. I usually read and interpret financial statements. I apply DCFs to companies. I also compare trading multiples, and I also assess macroeconomics factors which could have an impact on my portfolio. But later on, when my knowledge grew, and so did my portfolio, I wanted to meet people and create relationships in this industry. That's how I started to participate in general shareholders meetings and other types of events. After participating in a couple of events, I managed to make a lot of connections, and to my surprise, I had also been invited to a couple of TV shows where I talked about my portfolio and my investing strategy. The first interview of mine was with Liviu from Ziarul Financiar. You can see him there in the back. He discovered me, and so you have to thank me. You have to thank me. Currently, I am as passionate about investments as I have always been, and I'm looking into pursuing a career in finance. It could be asset management or maybe private equity. Anyway, time will tell. Finally, I would like to address a couple of words to the new CFA chart holders who will be awarded tonight. First of all, congratulations. I know that CFA is one of the highest distinctions in this industry, and passing all the 3 exams implies a lot of effort and individual work. And I appreciate anyone who can do this and who can get their certification. Becoming a CFA is also one of my main objectives when it comes to studying and investing. And I believe this distinction and this program made each of you gain the skills and knowledge required to thrive in the competitive investing industry, and I hope it will help you advance in your careers. Thank you again for your invitation, and you can be sure that in a couple of years I'll be sitting there in your place receiving my CFA diploma.
Open for questions, maybe, from the audience?
Yes, of course. If anyone has a question. Yes?
Can you tell us what was the first stock that you bought?
Yes, I remember what was the first stock that I bought. No. I'm not into crypto, if you ask. No, I'm not into classic also. I'm not into classics. The first stock that I bought was, I remember it was back in 2020. I have just opened an account at a broker in Romania, and it was the final of the year. It was the end of the year. And as I told you before, I didn't have too much skills or knowledge, but I heard from the market and from other investors that Bitnet is a good company. So I started Bitnet. I started buying Bitnet because I saw that it grew, and this was the only thing which I saw with them. But later on, I discovered that it was a good company, and luckily, it was one of my best investments.
Do you still have it in your portfolio?
No, I don't have Bitnet anymore. But I sold them with a profit.
Long-term investing, right?
Yeah, exactly. Now I invest only in companies from the main market. I also have a company from the secondary market, Roca Industries, but my strategy is based on value companies which showed stability in their past, and which also have growing prospects for the future.
So no cryptocurrencies.
No, but I can tell you that a lot of my classmates and a lot of my friends aren't interested in the stock market at all, but they are very interested in crypto. And the thing that bothers me is that they don't realize the risk that exists in investing in crypto, and they are only thinking about becoming rich fast or fast growing, things like this. So, but they don't actually analyze the part of exposing yourself to such a risk and to such an unstable asset as Bitcoin is. So no, I tried investing in crypto, but not with a big amount of money.
Yeah, Razvan, thank you very much for introducing me. I'm going to ask the same question that I asked you when we first talked, because I was very impressed by your vocabulary and how you addressed the issues that our stock exchange. What do you hope to achieve by investing? Do you intend to maybe go into holidays, buy some the most expensive cars, or retire in an island and drink cocktails?
Thank you for your question. Actually, a lot of people ask me this because many people get surprised when they see that I started investing from 14 years old, and they're like, "Oh, you have a lot of time. You can gain a very big portfolio in maybe 15 or 20 years." But for now, I definitely want to become a CFA and to have a career in finance. As I said, my dream is to become an asset manager. And when it comes to my personal portfolio, yeah, I hope that in a couple of years, more years, not really a couple, maybe 20 or 30 years, I'll become financially independent, and I would be able to live off my portfolio. But I don't know if I want to do that, because if that passion that I have now remains until there, then I'll definitely want to work and to put some effort in developing our stock exchange, and to become more visible at a global level.